Good morning and welcome back to the garden. Today I wanted to talk about planning for your fall garden. Now it's early July here in southeastern Pennsylvania, zone 7A. We just came out of a pretty terrible heat wave, 100 degrees, like 5 days in a row, super humid. Garden did great, but probably seems a little crazy to start talking fall, but I assure you now is the time. So if you plan on having a fall garden, I encourage you to get started right now too. So I already started sowing a lot of my brassica crops, my collard greens, kale, all my cabbages, stuff like that, because they take a longer time to grow and they don't mind being in the garden in the cold later in the season. So get them started now if you can. We also have chard and beets started, and mostly I'm doing it early now because I have beds that are getting turned over. I'm going to talk about that today. I don't like having open space in the garden. It's just a lost opportunity to grow more food. So I'm going to show you what we're doing here. I'll show you both ends of the garden. We'll start here. So these are the potato beds. We also have carrots and beets. All of this will be harvested soon. So we have beans going up the arbor. This arbor will have cucumbers soon enough. And this is the last of the fennel. It's starting to bolt. It's just too hot for it now. We ate a decent amount of it, but some of it got shaded out, which is okay. The pollinators love it. I don't know if you can see, but over here, all the dill kind of bolted and is flowering, and all the pollinators love that too. So I'm always okay with that. I leave it there until I have something to replace it with. So all the beets are going to come out. All our potatoes will get harvested, and all the carrots will come out. That'll probably happen this week, maybe early next week. And I try to have a plan. So I kind of just sketch out my garden so I have an idea of what I want to plant. I know when I need to plant it. So with the potato beds coming out, what I'm planning to do here, so I'm calling this bed 7. I'm going to do zucchini in this bed. I'm also going to do some more beans, and later in the season I'll do peas up the arbor. So I didn't start my zucchini yet. If you remember, I said I'm waiting because we always get terrible squash bugs and cucumber beetles and squash vine borer early in the season. I always want to get them started early, and then they get annihilated. So the only squash I started was the butternut because it takes a long time to grow. It's a winter squash. You have to start that early. So if that gets wiped out, we'll grow something else, like I've said before. But the zucchinis, I love them. I'm just waiting. So I figure once these potatoes come out, I'll have some healthy transplants. I'm going to start them probably this week, the zucchini and cucumbers inside. I'll have some healthy transplants to go in this bed, and hopefully I'll have missed the bulk of the pest population. We'll see. I haven't tried it this late in the season. I'm going to see if it works. I just know here in Pennsylvania, where I'm growing, if I plant it out in the spring, I'm going to get a few zucchini and then it's going to kill the plants. And it's just annoying because you get all hopeful and then they get killed. So trying something new there. So that'll be the zucchini bed. And if that doesn't work out, we'll grow something else there, but I'm really hopeful that it does. It's something new I'm trying this year. Calling this bed 9. This will be cucumbers, dill, radish, turnips, beans, peas, carrots, fennel, a whole plethora of stuff. So this bed will be successful no matter what because we just have a huge variety of different classes of vegetables going in here. And they're not things I eat a ton of. Like zucchini plants take up a lot of space. I'll be able to grow a golden zucchini and a green zucchini here. And that'll probably still be too much here. And then in the front here, I don't know what I'm going to grow there yet. Maybe just some bush cucumbers or some bush beans. And same here. These beds are L-shaped, so I kind of look at them as like a 4x6 in the back and then like this little 2x4 right here. So you can do different things with them. So that's the plan for these beds. For these beds, they're just staying the way they are. These are mostly my summer beds, what I would call them. You can see the alyssum went off first off, and the marigolds look great too. The celery stays in all season. We've been out here harvesting, stalks as we need it. These are all peppers. They're just coming in now. We started harvesting peppers this week. Eggplants took off. Remember, we had some pest pressure. You can still see it on this leaf here. It's a little yellow and holy, but we have an eggplant forming. It's kind of hidden over here. But the eggplants are going crazy. The dill I will pull and probably put fresh dill. So when I have cucumbers going up these two arbors here, I have fresh dill to make some pickles. The parsley, as always, it starts so small and then there's just more than you can ever use. And these are beans. Once they're expired, they'll get replaced with peas. Same with those beans there. They're actually starting to take off now because they were shaded out for a while by the potatoes, but the potatoes, as you can see, they're starting to die back, especially this version. This is the red Norland. So they're more of an early crop. They really need to get harvested. And this is the Lehigh. It's a white potato. They're still looking pretty good, so they'll stay here for a little while, which works out because I don't want to put carrots and fennel in just yet. I'll probably put them in towards the end of the month. But I do want to get the zucchinis started, so they'll be going in there soon. So that's the plan for this part of the garden. And then we'll talk the other end of the garden. I'll move the camera down there. But I do want to mention This first bed here, you can see that's all leeks. And my plan was to grow some more leeks for the fall, but I have so many leeks in there, I don't need to do that. So I'm just gonna keep this bed, keep harvesting from it as I need and not worry about it. The bed over here are scallions that are now bolting and onions. And the onions will get harvested. And the plan is to replace this bed with Brussels sprouts probably in 2 weeks or so. Sorry, that's my dog. He's just letting us know that things are afoot. So I'll get the camera moved down to the other beds and we'll talk through what's gonna go on down there. All right, and the other end of the garden here, this garden is going off. Look at these tomatoes. I don't know if you can see them from there, but these plants are just loaded. I came out here a couple days ago once the heat wave broke and trimmed out all the bottoms. So the leaves you're seeing are just the marigolds, the Cracker Jack marigolds we planted. But I wanted to get a lot of open air through the bottoms of these plants and make sure no leaves are touching the soil. We're expecting a lot of rain this week, and that's the last thing you want for fungal issues, disease issues. Keep your tomato leaves off the ground. But obviously the tomatoes are going to be staying here for the whole season. We have our runner beans going off, cucamelon going off. Butternut squash is looking great. So far, nothing's tampered with it, which is wonderful, which leaves these 4 beds here. So these are our garlic. They're not looking too happy right now. I should have harvested them before the heat wave. I'll probably be harvesting them today. I think a few of the bulbs probably just got too saturated last night in the rain. But we'll definitely get a good harvest. So that's coming out. These will be completely open. And then you can see there's 2 cabbages left. We got a Savoy and a red. The red one's never really caught up. This is probably like maybe a 2-pound cabbage. Pretty tiny, but it's still something. So we'll get these harvested. And then the plan for these beds is pretty straightforward. We had 4 cabbages in this bed in the spring and 4 in this bed. We're just going to do the same thing again in these 2 beds. And then in these beds here, the plan is beets and chard in this bed, and then my collard greens and kale in this bed. I love the collard greens and kale for the fall crop because once you get that first frost, it makes those leaves so much sweeter. Whereas if you're growing it right now, especially the collard greens, they're gonna be kind of tough and a little earthy, more earthy flavored, I would say. So if you haven't tried growing those for the fall, definitely give them a shot. They work out a lot better. So all that stuff started. I'll get this stuff harvested as I have time this week. And then these beds all get turned over too. And then we're pretty much solid for the rest of the fall. There'll be open spaces as we go along and clear out some of the eggplant stuff, in which case I can do bok choy and spinach and mustard greens, stuff like that. But it's way too early right now, so I wouldn't even start sowing your lettuces or anything until probably, I don't know, mid-August, so you can plant it out in September, because they really hate the heat. Lettuce likes it like 50 to 70 degrees. And I know here in Pennsylvania, the September can swing wild. It can have a frost early and then a heat wave the next day. So lettuce is kind of difficult to grow in the fall here, I find. I find it a lot easier in the spring because usually you get like cold snaps as opposed to heat snaps here, and it can tolerate the cold a lot better. But we're still gonna try it, of course. And maybe the last thing to point out is Flower Row over here. It's I trimmed out a lot with what I could. It's still pretty wild. I'm loving it though. The pollinators are loving it. There is just so much activity going on. And yeah, so that's about it for fall planning. If you have any questions, obviously just throw it in the comments and I'm happy to help. But make sure you're getting on it. The garden is 3 seasons, spring, summer, and fall. And if you have a greenhouse and stuff, you can make it a winter garden. But we'll talk more winter stuff as we get closer to like Thanksgiving. I grow lettuces and different herbs and stuff indoors, and I'll do some stuff on that as well because lettuce is super expensive as it is, and we love to eat it. So just grow it inside. If you got some grow lights, I can show you my setup and everything coming up in the fall. It's pretty cheap to get started, and then it just pays for itself over the years. So that's the plan for the rest of the fall. We'll do a lot of, like I said, leafy greens and stuff to come. But for now, the big stuff that takes a while, that's all going in very soon. So I hope this was helpful. And actually, I have one more thing to show you. Nicotiana, the weekly update, got to do it. So 1 minute. And Bart knows how to do it. Good boy, Bart. All right, and over here, check it out. The Nicotiana is blooming. That heat wave, it loved it. So, like I said, like little trumpet flowers, and just so cool. And I'm expecting these to get a lot taller. The dahlias started going off as well. And we still have snapdragons. The heat didn't seem to bother them too much. I was a little concerned about that, but they're looking awesome. So I just love doing these weekly updates on the Nicotiana. It's such a random little thing, but it gives me joy growing like a brand new plant successfully that I've never tried before. So once these get going, I think they multi-stalk, so this should be a lot of blooms across this whole back wall. We'll see, but they're blooming, so I'm happy. We did some things right. You can even see some of the damage from the sun this week, but they're happy enough. So hope your garden's doing great. Like I said, it's not too late for your fall garden. Get out there, it's time to garden.